What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. First and foremost, I want to discuss, I think it'd be irresponsible for me not to discuss, for anyone who did end up watching my previous video. I believe it came out as day 30, and it was a bit of a cry out for help. It was a desperate attempt by me to shock into myself some sobriety. Unfortunately, all creating that video did was induce a full day, the next day, of anxiety, panic attacks, and just a total loss of self-confidence. And so that was the next day. And, you know, to give a little bit of context, what happened was I'd had a big fucking 4-day, basically, bender on whiskey. I was drinking probably 18 to 20 standard drinks a day. And on that particular night, I'd drunk pretty much all throughout the day. I'd gone out, I'd got another bottle of wine, because, you know, that day half a bottle of whiskey just wasn't enough. And I'd got home and I'd thought, fuck, man, you just can't keep doing this. But I felt in a good mood, you know, and you do. You feel, I don't know, it's not so much a good mood. You know what you're doing is wrong, but all of those worries and anxiety are pushed to the wayside because you are deeply under the influence of alcohol. And so that video I made whilst completely and utterly drunk. I remember making it, but I don't remember specifics. I didn't watch it back. The next morning I woke up and there was about 50 to 60 views, and there was 7 comments, and to this day I don't know what they were, because the first thing I did was wake up in a panic and delete the video. So I assume the video was talking about how I was just I remember vividly saying on multiple occasions, I am just so done. I'm just so done with this. And that's how I felt, and that's how I feel today. But I'm in the fucking midst of it. I am under the thumb of alcohol right now, and I will solemnly swear to never bring any content to this channel whilst under the influence. Now, I'm gearing myself up. It's been another few days since then. I'm currently gearing myself up to give it another red hot crack, okay? I know it's cliche, but it's on Monday. Today's Saturday. I've got a family gathering tonight. It's a birthday party. I've got the UFC tomorrow. I'm catching up with my mate Tim. I don't want to, I'm looking forward to those occasions, and I'd be lying if I said I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I'm not really looking forward to having a drink, but I feel like I'm in that trap again. I feel like it's necessary for me to have the confidence about myself, for me to actually be interested in what anyone else is telling me, for me to get rid of, you know, these negative feelings that I'm trying to portray to you right now that I have every single day because I'm fucking failing at the one thing that I know I need to do. And I've failed at it for fucking 3 years. But I still can't insert myself into situations like that without that little bit of confidence. Either way, I think that's enough for right now. What I need to do first is get this ash out. Now, one positive, okay, I will say one positive, and I knew that I'd enjoy this, is, whoa, the ability to wake up every morning. Yes, some mornings it may be a little bit later than I'd hope, such as this morning, because, I mean, I have to stick to my withdrawal recovery protocols, right? Which includes sleeping for as long as I can and waking up and sculling back a couple of litres of water as fast as possible. And that's what I've done this morning. That's what I've done this morning. So that's the only way that I am in good enough shape to even fucking think about making this video. So, what a way to live, guys. What a fucking shit way to live. Constantly in alcohol withdrawal. Constantly. That means that physical exercise is completely off the table. It seems like a fucking lifetime ago that I had the confidence and the physical capability to go and do that 25-kilometer run. I mean, that was literally probably 3 weeks ago now, but it feels like a fucking lifetime ago. Sadly, it does, you know? Like that, those feelings have just gone because I haven't allowed my brain time enough to start focusing on the future and focusing on good things. All I can focus on at the moment is getting my next drink. And, you know, I'm bringing this to you because this is the truth. This is where I'm at, guys. And also, I don't want to leave, like, anyone who is really enjoying these, well, I don't know if you'd be enjoying them, but really, I don't know, relying on them or you know, getting any kind of help from these videos. I feel like it was irresponsible for me not to sort of check in and let you guys know what's happening because I guess if I was on the other side, if I was the one consuming the content, then I'd you know, whether you were struggling or not, whether you were going good or not, I'd really appreciate just an update. And so that's what I'm doing today. So yeah, like I said, I've got a family birthday party tonight. And hey, you know, if these were family members that I had seen really regularly, which would never have happened because I've been addicted to alcohol, but if they were, then I wouldn't feel as anxious about going. And to feel anxious about seeing your own family is so fucked up. I mean, I remember back as a kid, you know, I'm about to see my cousin that I haven't seen for ages, but that just induces such a huge amount of anxiety because I don't know what we're going to talk about. Like, it's dumb. It's my fucking family. And I don't know if they're feeling the same way. I doubt whether they are. But it's that anxiety about seeing someone that you haven't seen for a long time, even if it is family, and just not having, you know, not trusting yourself that because you never really put yourself in these situations, just not being willing. You know, like I'll say no. Like if I don't have the option of having a drink, I will say no, and I'll miss out, and it's so sad. It is so sad, but that is the reality. So what I do is I know that there's an occasion that I should go to. I mean, I don't know when the next time I'll be able to see these people is, right? So I know I should go. And so what do? Well, I know I should, and I know I am going to go. So I do whatever is necessary to get me in that mindset to make it possible. And for me, that is quite clearly drinking alcohol. So these are pretty big pieces of kindling, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how successful this is going to be, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully it lights up nicely. There hasn't been a single day where I've failed to eventually light the fire. And I hope that today will be no different. So we'll let that just do its thing and finish this conversation. So, alright. So where am I at? What day is it today? I've kind of lost track, to be honest. And this, jeez, every time I look at the camera, this is an oldie but a goodie, this t-shirt. I think it's 3XL. And it looks it. Looks like a blanket, to be honest. Either way. Alright, so to be honest, I think it was a Monday that I started, right? Had to be a Monday, surely. Yeah, it was. So today, being a Saturday, is day 33. Day 33. I am, like I said, gearing up for my next real crack at quitting on Monday. I'm looking forward to it, but you say that every single time, right? Whenever you... Oh, shit! Alright, so that fire is going to need some serious help, and I'm about to give it that help. But I know there's a life of genuine happiness on the other side of this struggle that I have decided to bring to YouTube. Trust me, there are many times where I feel like maybe I wasn't ready to commit to something like this on a platform like YouTube. Excuse the curtains, by the way. This is my dad's place. Very questionable taste. But hey, that's what makes an individual, right? If we were all the same, that would not be good. That'd be boring. So where am I at? I feel like I need to get back to Alice Springs and insert myself back into that life that at some points I've wanted to get away from really badly. I just feel like every time I leave, every time I come back, there's only one, until I've really built that solid foundation of sobriety, there's only one way that any trip away from my kids and back here to New Zealand is going to go. And that is down the path of excessive alcohol consumption. And it's really getting fucking old. It is getting super old. I'm over it. My body's over it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's such a cliche, but like I said, man, I'm just waking up every morning in survival mode. Trying to keep my heart rate down, trying to hydrate myself, trying to decide on the next day that I will not drink. And there's been days, even in the last 3 or 4 days after making that video, I woke up that next morning with with horrific panic attacks. Hangover was terrible. I lay in bed for the most of the day. That was the worst I've ever felt recently. And yet, I still can't stop. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to feel the withdrawals. I didn't want to feel the disappointment. And the only thing, what you believe, the only way to get through that on that particular day, which is all you care about at the time, you can't look into the future. It's almost impossible. Especially when you're hungover, it's doomsday. Everything is just, you're looking for problems. You're looking for the negativity in things. Nothing is positive. And on a day like that, it's so hard to not want to have another drink, because you know that, yeah, all those problems will be there the next day, but at least at that time, in that moment, you don't need to worry about it. And so Monday's the day. That'll be day 36 of this journey, day 36. And I feel like I've got it this time. I feel like I've got it. For anyone wondering about my experience reading Alan Carr, Stop Drinking Now, I haven't done it. Because I haven't had a 6-hour period where I've felt confident enough not to drink. And I've listened to the advice that he gives at the start, which is, yeah, you can still drink whilst reading the book, but not literally whilst reading the book, because inevitably, I know this will happen if I was drinking whilst reading it or listening to it, everything will sound great, all these tips and tricks will sound fantastic, but I've committed to only listening to it in full once I have decided to stop. And all it's going to do is build resilience. That's what I want it for. I don't see it as a quick fix. I don't see it as being that. And I think that's a healthy way to see it. So I'm not relying on it, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's definitely going to be an awesome tool to have once I commit to this again. And also, I do want to say, the final thing I want to say is that my mindset is changing, all right? I don't want to drink anymore. I've done everything that I've ever wanted to under the influence of alcohol, and it's not gotten me anywhere. It's not sustainable. I want to live a life without alcohol, and I want to live a sober life. I do. And having made 14 odd videos sober to kick this transformation off, I can quite easily sort of, I'm glad I made those videos, because I can go back and I can watch them, and I can see, the progression and the evolution of my mood and my confidence and my physical ability, and I just desperately want to be back there. I want to be back, a week into this thing, desperately. And I never would have thought I'd feel like that, because coming back to New Zealand is always a great time. There's no place like home, but all it's done, like I said, is just cause carnage and chaos, and I'm fucking done with it. But I've got 2 more days. Don't give me too much shit, guys. This is just me being completely open and honest at this moment. But my mindset has changed from one of, okay, yes, I'm willing to do this, but with the view of possibly, if I want to, bringing it back in. And that's just simply it's not the case, man. It's not the case anymore. It's not reasonable, and it's not sustainable. And I have so much more to give this life, and my kids' lives, and my family and friends' lives, than what I do currently. Because what I give currently is a shell of myself. So I'll see you guys on day 36. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. No, it's not perfect. No one's perfect. This journey I thought was going to be perfect until I purposely brought alcohol back into my life to allow me the strength and the courage to take on my latest YouTube video series on my other channel, and completed that. Completed that. And I never would have believed that I'd continue drinking. I never would have believed that. I thought you're using it for a reason, for a purpose. You're going to knock it on the head straight away after that. But unfortunately, being in this environment, not having anyone to hold me accountable, not really having anything to do, to be quite honest, it just simply didn't happen like that. So I that's just another experience, right? It's another experience to add, and it's just more knowledge for me to have about my own relationship with alcohol. Needs to stop, it will stop. I'll see you guys on day 36. Right, guys, actually this will be the final clip of the day, final clip of the video. I've just watched that video back, and I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, alright, first things first, get this fucking thing off of your face. Have a clean start, like I did at the beginning of this transformation, at the beginning of this series. I had a clean start. I feel like I had a haircut. I did have a haircut, but it was terribly done, but I had a haircut. You know, I cleaned up the side, the back and sides. I cleaned up my face. I got everything ready, everything prepared for success, and it worked. I'm not just telling myself that, I know it works. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna get rid of this. I think this is basically growth from the start. I thought, you know what? I might rock with it throughout the 90 days. I might regret getting rid of it. But in this moment, the way that I'm feeling, having watched that video back, just looking at myself like a sad fucking sack of fucking shit, I'm like, do anything that's gonna help. And the final thing I wanted to show you is that we have success. We have success. Somewhat. We've got success. Oh my God, that's just the start. You just wait. You just wait, folks. Chuck that one there. Chuck that one there. Let it get going. I mean, life's too fucking short to be feeling like this, you know. So many amazing things out there to experience and feel, and yeah, this video's gone way too long. So I will see you guys either tomorrow or the next day, but I'm definitely going to stick to my plan to really gear myself up for Monday. There'll be absolutely no alcohol in the house or within the vicinity, and I'm also going to let everyone know around me that I'm doing this. That's going to be another big step. So, see you then.